Hey, it's Riz from The Point in St. Louis. Who is this for?
Ryan Hoppe.
Is that Frankenstein-looking motherfucker?
Yeah, that's him.
You're listening to Hoppe Hour.
Are you feeling classy today? Sit down, pour a glass of wine, and listen to Hoppe Hour.
You're tuned in to Hoppe Hour, an hour where Hoppe rants about something. Sit back and listen in. Hoppe Hour is on now. Hoppe Hour is on now. The following thoughts on Hoppe Hour do not represent Cox Media Group or its sponsoring. Anything you hear may and will be used against you. Thank you.
What up? What is happening? This is Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe, and I have wanted to go into radio probably since 2004. The first show I heard were shows like Sean Hannity, Rush Limbaugh, and the one that always intrigued me was Roe and Gary on WLS. Roe, Con, and Gary Meyer. That's one of the shows that influenced me. But I remember I was driving down the highway, and we're visiting my grandpa, right? And I see these two wacky guys, and it says Eddie and Jobo on B96. And I listened that Monday, and I listened every day to those guys until they went off the air in like November of 2008. A very heartbreaking day for Ryan Hoppe. And I also was influenced by Opie and Anthony, Jonathan Brandmeier, Howard. And then I would go to the library, right? And look up other shock jocks. Like I like the Junkies on JFK, Don and Mike, Adam Carolla, the T-Man. So many shows. The Woody Show. I was a radio geek. I knew about shows in different cities. That's why these guys were like, how have you heard of us? You don't live in Sacramento. You don't live in Seattle. How the hell have you heard of us? So that's how I heard. All right. So I was driving on the Howard Franklin going on 7 weeks ago, and I'm listening to the Bone Daily Rewind show with, at that time, it was a kid named Mo and Nervous Jared. And I hear them reading off the nominees by the Creative Loafing. And when I heard them say that the Creative Loafing had Hoppe Hour as the best local podcast nominee, I swear to God, I almost drove off the bridge. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I've been in town for 3 months at that point. I've worked my ass off every day to make it a brand, but I was so honored and so happy when I heard that. So after I saw Mission Impossible, which is where I was going, to the West Shore Movie Plaza, I then went home, I did a Periscope, and I began making a brand out of it. And if it wasn't for you guys voting for this podcast, it wouldn't have been possible. If it wasn't for you guys downloading this podcast, we get about 80 downloads a show, about 120 per show, and I have over 8,000 downloads since June 2012 and 43,000 listens. If it wasn't for you guys supporting the show, downloading the show, listening to the show, I would be another douchebag babbling into the microphone. But you badasses make it possible. You badasses support me. I don't care if you're in New York, Cleveland, or here in my home base at Tampa Bay. Our numbers are through the roof down here. 45% of the listens come from Tampa, and I have 9% in Miami. I mean, if it wasn't for the support, I would not have won. It means the world to me. I used to read the Red Eye in Chicago, and you would see the ballots for best morning show. At that time, there weren't really podcasts, so they didn't have like the best podcast category. But I always would say to myself, I want to be that show that gets nominated. And last year, I was nominated for best website, but I lost to DePaul, which is fine. But to win Hoppe Hour, it means the world to me to win his best local podcast. So I thought last night I wasn't able to give my speech. So I thought, what would be better than to do a podcast, since that's what I won, to give you guys a speech right now. And I have the music queued up. I have everything ready. I did some production today. Let's hear this award show music. It really sets the mood. Makes you want to pour a glass of champagne. You're next to your date, wearing a nice tight dress, looking sexy. Yeah, and you're eating your chicken dinner, and you're in your nice suit. That's what this music will set the mood to. Doesn't this make you just like want to go to a party and have fun? Da-da-da-da-da. I'm just so happy that I was nominated. So, if I were to give a speech, I would walk very nervously and probably trip over my feet. And with my limp, because my one leg is a half a centimeter longer than the other, I wouldn't fall down, but it'd be goofy. And I would probably do that into the microphone. Very nervous. And I would go up there. Everyone's cheering me on. All the ladies are getting turned on. Oh, yeah. And I would go up there. And I would say, I have been in town for 4 months, and it has been the best 4 months of my life. I want to thank all the fans of 102.5 The Bone who have listened to Hoppe Hour and who have supported me. I want to thank Mike Kelta and Drew Garabo for playing my show on air and for giving me the time of day and for supporting me. I want to thank Rob Gargiulo for helping me get the foot in the door down here back in May when I needed a radio job. I was in some dark times, and Rob has always been there for me, and he has helped me out since day one. I want to thank Mike Olivero. He is a badass. He runs the promotions department here, and he is the one that hired me. Thanks, dude. So I am very honored that Mike Olivero would hire me. So a big shout out to him. But me winning this award isn't just me winning it. It's all the fans of The Bone who support me. It's all the fans of the other show I worked for that support me. This is a award that we won. That all the guests that have come on Hoppe Hour, all 16, we won this award. It means the world to me. I have wanted to go into radio since 2004. So this is an honor. This is a dream come true. When I saw my name on the ballot, I didn't think it was possible. I had to wipe my eyes. Man, this is a long speech. Because I wanted to make sure I didn't have like sand in my eyes. Like it said Hoppe Hours was nominated. And every other show that I beat out, they are all legit and they are all badass. So shout out to them. And I want to thank all the fine folks at the Creative Loafing for putting on a hell of a event tonight and for having Hoppe Hour on the ballot. You guys have some good drinks here tonight. You guys have some good food. It's a very good setup. I also want to thank my date, Kim, for agreeing to come with me. She looks damn good tonight. If I could whistle, I would whistle right now. This might be the longest speech of all time. Like, you need like the broom to get my tall ass off the stage. This would be that point where they like play you off and you're like, okay, next. That's why I was afraid to give a speech last night. I feel like I would be here so long speaking and then they'd be like, okay, next person. But seriously, I want to thank everybody who has supported Hoppe Hour, who has made it a brand, and the listening numbers are through the roof. And I want to thank all the guests who have come on Hoppe Hour. Terry James, Seth Kushner, Miguel Fuller, Nervous Jared, Johnny B, a kid named Mo, E-Rock from Opie and Jimmy, Mike Kelta came on, but I screwed up the sound on that. Everybody who came on, Rick Rumble today. I want to thank you guys. It means the world to me that legit radio hosts care about a kid enough that they would call into his podcast. Imagine this. Man, this is a long speech. You have your phone up to your ear for 45 minutes as you hear me asking you about your radio career. At least when you're sitting here in the same room, you at least can kind of lay back, sit back in your chair and relax. When you're on the phone with me, there's no escaping. You can't just hang up. I mean, that'd be rude. And shout out to Soul Brother Kevin. That was my best interview yet, even though the one with Rick Rumble today was pretty badass. Oh, yeah. So I want to thank everybody who made this possible, and I'm going to get the hell off of this platform and get turned up tonight. Hell yeah.
Shut up!
And then everybody would laugh at me. Because there'd be that one person, Hoppy, it's time to hop off now. Ha ha ha. Everybody would laugh. It'd be a grand old time. But I loved going to the award show last night. It was so much fun. Shout out to the Creative Loafing. It was a hell of an award show. I felt like I made it in life. I just felt so good in that suit. Or not my suit, but I felt so good in my dressy outfit. I want to thank Kelta for buying me clothes, because if it wasn't for him, I would have wore jeans and a flannel. Or maybe even like a True Religion shirt, even though I don't have one, like an Old Navy shirt probably. I would have been a mess. So thank you, Kelta. And I want to hear Galvin tomorrow do an impersonation of this podcast. It's very scary how spot on he is getting with impersonating my voice. Drew does a great Hoppy, and so does Johnny B. But, oh my God, when I watch Galvin impersonate my voice, it's like it's a clone. Maybe because he's from the Midwest. That helps, but damn, that dude's talented. All right. I'm going to do a Hoppy Hour. This was the speech. I wanted to make this separate. I'm going to do a Hoppy Hour where I rant about things. I have to do the show prep. So right now it's 8:07 p.m. if you're listening live. I will be back at 8:30 p.m. This is Hoppy Hour. Hang on, pimps and players and ballers.
Hoppy Hour. Hoppy Hour.